Next one. Is this guy allowed in the mailbag? Adge Grocott?
Yeah, he's allowed.
Okay. Subject is fans singing along to heel entrance. Greetings from across the pond to the Shah of Iran, the conversation terrorist, and the world's greatest podcast producer.
Ooh, thank you.
You're the Shah of Iran, Cody. I think I referred to you as.
I'm good with that.
How do you feel about fans, neckbeards, marks singing and dancing along to heel entrance themes? I've heard it muted that it's a bad thing, such as fans singing along to Judas when Jericho's supposed to be a heel. I clicked on a link Glenn put on Twitter of him versus Louis Piccoli, and during Glenn's entrance, the fans are all dancing along to his tune. What's the difference with that and how fans react now? As a side note, with Kurt Angle now podcasting with Conrad, how long before he shows up in AEW like all the others he's podcasted with? Not that I watch, as AEW is that's from Adge Grocott, the birthplace of industry, Telford. Is that the birthplace of industry? Is Telford, England? Look that up, Joe.
Telford.
See, I want to make sure this guy's. We're
giving us fake news. We're going to
no. We're fact checking. We're fact checking emails for accuracy to determine whether or not to see if they get kicked out of our mailbag. Okay, and we have deplatformed them from ever being able to submit mail anymore because they told of the inaccuracy. But people are trying to do that now.
I know.
Trying to fact check everything and you can't disseminate something. Well, who's fact checking this? You know, right. it's like give me a break, right?
It does say that the Iron Bridge Gorge area in Telford is the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution.
Okay, right. You saved yourself from getting suspended, kazooed, and insulted.
Right. First of all, when the fans are dancing me, the kids are out there doing it because it's my gimmick. Okay, here's the problem with Jericho's song. Right, is that's fine. The fans are going to mark out for it, but the babyface wrestlers at ringside. Like marking out to the song is not a good look for the babyface wrestlers at ringside marking out to the song. I mean, could we all agree with that?
I agree with that. They probably wouldn't.
But he's supposed to be a heel, correct?
Right.
And Billy Gunn and Billy Gunn's kid out there marking out to the song and singing in air, singing air guitar and stuff. That's a good look for them.
No,
it all comes off as
we all agree it's a bad look for the baby faces to not do.
Yeah, and it's disingenuous too. You expect me to believe that everyone in the crowd loves that song? It's not believable. It doesn't. It just looks fake.
Go for the performance of the show and just the thing, So it's crowd participation. It's crowd participation. Everybody can participate. They're inclusive. They're not excluding anybody. It's here's this. This is literally probably what their fan base. You could talk to the fans in the crowd. They would say this. Because music brings people together. It's a good time to include all the fans of the heels and the baby faces and singing the song for Chris. To show inclusiveness that they're not divisive.
Not just that, bro. Now the new one is and I've seen this a lot. Where they'll go from one corner to the other, and they just go, chant along till they get there, and then and then and it's bro. I don't know. That maybe that's a new chanting, that's a new cheers.
But bro, the problem is it's very very nerdy stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not. You're not.
Who watches wrestling now?
But who watches wrestling? Because these are the only people watching wrestling because they're doing all this nerdy stuff. Yeah, so it's why do you want to go to a show for that type of fan experience?
Well, if you're a nerd,
if you're not a fan of wrestling, you're trying to draw people to wrestling. That's to say if you're a nerd. But if you're not a nerd, this is probably driving you away from live events and watching this stuff.
Right.
If they're acting because there's a history of the way fans have reacted, and it's changed. The last 6-7 years, they do not act like a wrestling crowd, and it's really weird to watch in real time. They
say it's like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, right, or The Room. When you go to see them in the theater, everyone reacts at the same time or says the line of dialogue or whatever.
Yeah.
About Angle, real quick. His podcast started this week. I was a producer on it, not trying to brag or anything, but no,
you just did
humble brag or fake brag. He's not under contract. The WWE offered him a Legends deal, and it just didn't work out. So,
do you think that being on this show helped you get that job or no?
Yes, I think that helped me get any of the jobs I have a contract.
Do you give us a commission?
There's no commission.
No.
How many shows does Conrad do?
Yeah.
I have a question. How many shows does Conrad do, and how many do you produce, and how many does Kuhn produce?
Well, I came in just as a substitute recently because Matt had back surgery, so I don't know how much longer I'm doing it, but I just came in to help out. Initially, I did all of them except Tony's, and then Matt replaced me, and right now I just did all the shows except Tony's for like the past 2 or 3 weeks. But it's Matt's gig.
You say all the shows like we know what you're talking about. What shows are you talking about?
Bischoff, Arn, JR, Bruce, and Kurt Angle now. Did I say Arn?
Yep.
Yeah.